Welcome to the Longfellow House, Washington's headquarters National Historic Site. In this video, I'll be showing you around the second floor of the house, rooms that were private spaces used by the Longfellow family. Follow me and let's get on inside. We're now in the back part of the house, still in the original portion of the structure from 1759. There are 4 rooms up here, and we don't know how the rooms were used by the Vassalls, the family for whom the house was built, or by the Washingtons, who were here from July of 1775 until March of 1776. We do know that for the Longfellows, these were bedrooms, private spaces, and you'll see the rooms as the Longfellows had them set up. We'll start in Henry and Fanny Longfellow's bedroom, which is just over here. We call this the gold ring room because of that gold-painted wooden ring above the bed. We don't know what it would have been used for, possibly to hang some sort of netting or curtains, and we also don't know how that netting or curtain would have been attached to the bed. The furniture that you see in this room was part of the wedding gift that Nathan Appleton gave to Henry and Fanny Longfellow when they married in 1843. It was the house and a lot of the furniture. One of the most important pieces in the room is this portrait above the fireplace that was done by the artist Samuel Rouse in 1860, and it is the portrait of Fanny Longfellow that Henry references in his sonnet, "The Cross of Snow." This was one of the first few rooms that Henry Longfellow rented from Mrs. Elizabeth Craigie in 1837. He used it as his bedroom. When the Longfellows came to own the entire house in 1843, this became the guest room. Henry's little brother, the Reverend Samuel Longfellow, spent a lot of time here when he was living in the house with the family.
Like in the study downstairs, one of the windows has been turned into a bookcase. In front of it is this beautiful Japanese screen, which was sent to the house by Henry and Fanny's oldest son, Charlie. Charlie was a bit of a wild child and adventurer. He traveled the world and sent lots of things home to his father's house.
When the house was first built, it was constructed in the Georgian style, which is all about symmetry. The eastern and western sides of the house are the same, and so are the front and the back. So to get to the front of the house, I have to go down a few stairs and then up a few stairs. Follow me. Ordinarily, we don't let groups into these 2 rooms at the front of the house, but this is a special occasion. So I will meet you in Alice's study, which is just to my right. This room was the other half of the 2-room suite that Longfellow rented from Elizabeth Craigie in 1837. This served as his study and library. When Charlie Longfellow was born in 1844, this room became his nursery, and it stayed as the nursery for most of the rest of the Longfellow children. When Alice Longfellow inherited the house after her father's death in 1882, she turned this into her study, and that is how you see it today.
One particularly interesting object is here on the wall next to the fireplace. This is an excerpt from Henry Longfellow's poem To a Child in Henry's own handwriting.
I'm now in the room across the hall from Alice Longfellow's study. This was the room in which Alice's youngest sister, Annie Allegra, was born in 1855. It is also where Alice slept as an adult when she was living in this house. One of the interesting things in this room is here on this desk. It is a photograph of Mount Vernon, George Washington's home. Alice Longfellow was very much involved with the process to turn Mount Vernon into the museum that it is today. She was very involved with the Mount Vernon Ladies Association and served as the Massachusetts Vice Regent for 49 years, a record that has yet to be matched. The other interesting thing about this room is here at the back of the fireplace. There's an iron plate intended to protect the bricks from the heat of the fire.
This plate has the year 1759 written on it. This is some of the evidence we use to say that the house was built in 1759. Thank you for coming with me on this tour of the second floor of the house. I hope you've enjoyed this look into some of the private spaces of the Longfellow family. If you have questions, please ask the nearest ranger or send us an email at long_reservations@nps.gov.